We've evolved over time, but one easy way to put yourself in someone else's shoes is through food.
There are very few ways in my life that I can mimic the life of a medieval knight, but I can make very close to something that they would have eaten and actually eat it.
Max Miller is the creator and host of the viral digital series Tasting History with Max Miller, where he recreates dishes from the past using modern tools.
Mead. This time on Tasting History.
And he just recently released his cookbook, Tasting History.
So there are over 60 recipes in the book, spanning from ancient Babylon from 4,000 years ago to, I think the last one is in the 19-teens.
Now he's sharing with us what we can learn from food, starting with its importance.
We take it for granted today because most people can just go to a grocery store and buy whatever they want. And if not, they can order it online.
And even though it's hard to imagine, that hasn't been the reality for much of history.
That is so recent. And you look through history and wars have been started. I mean, the age of exploration was in a large part the age of finding spices for food and finding a cheaper way to get food.
And as time goes on, everything we eat tells a story of who we are.
What I think you learn with every single dish that you're making is not only the historical tale, but also then when you taste it, you are put in the shoes of that culture, that person, that time period, better than almost any other way that I can think.
For instance, you could have a taste of what it was like to be a passenger on the Titanic.
Some of those survivors carried their menus with them in their coat pockets, so that today we can get a glimpse into those last happy moments aboard Titanic where they enjoyed food such as peaches in chartreuse jelly.
Thinking of history as more than just a series of names and dates from the past.
Which leads us to how it's food that can really bring us together across all cultures and timelines.
Whenever I make a dish from Renaissance Italy that is a meat dish that has a bunch of sugar in it, that's crazy. And then I say, well, do you eat barbecue sauce? Because that is a sugary sauce on meat, and it's very medieval the way that it's made.
Even modern day pizza has connections to things made 500 years ago.
My taste buds are not all that different, if at all different, than somebody living in the Middle Ages. So it's like an instant connection there, spanning across centuries.
We're tasting history at the top of the list.